you serious?
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Autism Unedited. It's your host here, Dominic, with your co-host, Kyle. You there?
Nigga, what was that?
I was just trying to be extra like all the fucking slop YouTubers.
Bro's on the powder.
It's the fucking new year, guys. New year, new channel. We're out here trying to fucking get as many views as we can. So we're going to be going over this extremely stupid topic that most people are going to be pretty annoyed about. I know a lot of comic fans are going to be upset with us, which is pretty much the whole point of our channel, isn't it? So today we're just going to be going over Jin-Woo versus Superman from the main continuity. We're just going to do an all feats from the main continuity. So that means pre and post Crisis, New 52, all that jazz. You know, I'm not the biggest Superman fan, so some of the stuff might be wrong. I want you guys to go ahead and let me know how stupid I am in the comments. Anything you want to say before we get into this, Kyle? I'm just going to go over Superman. Okay. So, for Superman's strength, he's definitely infinite. He's lifted the book with infinite pages, and the only reason that's a big deal is because it has infinite mass. Now, some people contest this because they actually get to the end of the book at some point, but the fucking comic writers say it's infinite, so I'm gonna say it's infinite too. And he wasn't able to move it that well, but he was able to do it. He wasn't able to freely wield it. And that's pretty much it for his strength. I'm not going to go too much into it. It's fucking Superman. You guys know how strong Superman is. But the main point I want to get off is his speed, because his speed is ridiculous. Just as ridiculous as his strength, really. He is able to reach the source wall. It sits at the edge of the DC multiverse, and it separates creation from the source, which is like the primal energy behind all existence. It can kind of fossilize gods and other cosmic beings trapped in it, and it's located past the Speed Force and all multiversal space. Even characters like Darkseid are scared of it. They don't want to touch it at all. Traveling to it or even near it is a normal instant death or eternal imprisonment on the source wall, and he just brings Darkseid there and is chilling for a minute. Obviously, he's able to dodge Omega beams. Sometimes he's shown to get hit by it, but he can dodge them. He's moved faster than the Flash, and he's also tagged Reverse Flash. Now, the Reverse Flash is pretty crazy in his own right. And that's pretty much it for what I was going to get into for Superman. You know, he's boasting immeasurable speeds, able to go across the universe in an instant, or at least within minutes. He's, you know, lifting infinite-sized book. And, you know, he's just the go-to guy you want to throw against when it comes to strong people. So I didn't want to go too long with Superman's explanation, because I'm sure most of you guys know how strong he is, and I'm not the most well-versed in him. I just went over a couple of his higher scale feats, and I think those are some pretty good ones right there. There's some feats that you might be able to get him above universal or infinite, like some multiversal feats maybe, but for the most part, I would sit him comfortably a little bit below multiversal. High universal is probably where this base Superman is sitting here. Alright, Kyle, you want to go ahead and go over Jin-Woo now?
Yeah. This might take a minute. I'm not just going to be going over like stats and abilities. I'm going to give a brief explanation on who the character is for y'all who aren't familiar with it. If you aren't familiar with it, heavy spoiler warnings. I'm going to be going over like end of series from the manga of Jin-Woo. His anime variant, for you who have watched it, my anime only guys, his anime feats aren't super impressive. Most of his stuff comes from the continuation of the series Ragnarok. So I will be going over a lot of that So if you don't want to be spoiled for that, this is your warning. So Jin-Woo is the vessel for the Shadow Monarch Ashborn's powers. For y'all in the anime, y'all don't know what the monarchs are yet. Monarchs are essentially like the primordials of their verse. They control like aspects of the universe, like Jin-Woo is the monarch of Shadow. And the main antag of the end of series anime, Antares, is the monarch of destruction. These monarchs were created by essentially their god. They're called interims or outer gods, like the who the fuck is the Eldritch guy? H.P. Lovecraft. Essentially like those.
Talking about Cthulhu.
Yeah. The gods of their verse are essentially like that, yeah. And the one that made Jin-Woo's universe created the monarchs to fight his angels, essentially. They're called rulers. And he did it for like shits and giggles because he was bored or something. He just made monarchs like raise hell and watch his angels fight them. And the angels lost. Jin-Woo will be fighting these people at a later time in the video. I mean, even his shadows, who are way weaker than him, scrap with these eldritch beings, who are stated to be like infinite, timeless, etc. His main, for the anime watchers, if you're still watching, his new shadow, Beru, the Ant King, he fought one of these outer gods whose sight alone could like split time and space. The attacks are coming from like tens of thousands of angles and directions. Like obviously he's a shadow, so he doesn't have to dodge all this stuff. He's like basically immortal, but he is doing that. Biro actually wins that fight too, which is crazy. His shadow, who's like way weaker than him, is defeating a multiversal outer god. So let that sink in. And not only that, but the blood from this outer god, when Biro stomps his shit in, like negates concepts of their reality. The rest of the Iterim, they're multiversal beings. They like live outside of Jin-Woo's multiverse. We don't get a whole lot, like with Dragon Ball, like you know the size of the universe, the like infinite macrocosm, yada yada. We don't have a whole lot of that for Jin-Woo's universe. Like it's assumed to just be like infinite in size, similar to Milky Way or the Marvel multiverse. With that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and get into his powers. I'm gonna start off with like the weakest ones. You're just gonna see how crazy this shit gets. So some of his weakest abilities are he's able to use full heal items that instantly heal like any damage as long as he's not dying. He has poison negation, like any sort of status, it can't be used on him. Shocked, confused, poisoned, like none of that shit works. For y'all in the anime, you saw when he drank a beer, like he couldn't even get intoxicated. And that's paired with his, he has regen. It doesn't seem like crazy regen. We don't get a whole lot on that because like after that, like he's really not getting damaged a whole lot. Like he's never like in a life or death situation. I don't remember any of the times where he was like fighting for his life after that. And those are some of the weaker ones. Getting into it, we have like his shadow exchange. He's able to instantly teleport with any of his shadows. Who at end of series, he has like infinite shadows. He has infinite mana to infinitely regenerate all of these shadows. Who, like I said earlier, some of them are like fighting off multiversal beings. He's immortal. He has immeasurable speed. He's able to damage these outer gods in Ragnarok when he does fight with them. He has multiversal attack potency. These outer gods are like literally doing like Big Bang style attacks. They're throwing galaxies at him. He has fear hacks, which he doesn't use a whole lot, so I don't really know how strong that is. He doesn't use it like on the other monarchs. I don't think he uses it against the outer gods either, so I don't know how powerful that is, but he has poison, and his poison negates durability. He has infinite stamina. and he has law and concept resistance. He can overwrite these, and he also has his own multiversal like law concept manipulation that is powerful than these outer gods. We have like some counter statements, like in the manga when he's fighting Antares, the Monarch of Destruction. They have like some statements that like, oh, he's using a light speed attack. He's like planetary AP or life wiping. Beast Monarch also has some planet busting statements, I think, and those are like so lowball. I can't even explain like why they use statements like that if they knew what they were doing with Ragnarok. It's just so out of pocket. Jin-Woo also has his own statement when he was fighting Antares that like he's like a mountain wearing iron armor. Like, bro, why are you doing this to yourself? So those are like his aura alone surpasses space, time, sound, concepts. Like he was flexing on some of the outer gods and like they couldn't do anything like just from his aura. So that's what Superman's got to deal with. What do you got to say about that, Dom?
Well, all I gotta say is I don't think Superman's doing much. Superman is definitely not a mountain with iron armor on, so I don't know what he's gonna do.
That's true. Yeah, he's probably cooked at that point. I should have just ended with that.
Yeah. No, for real though, I think the only reason why they use statements like that is because it's like impossible to use a simile when you're looking at a being like that. Like Cthulhu is supposed to be indescribable, and he's fighting a being that's similar to Cthulhu, so it makes sense that his description is kind of off.
No, he's not indescribable. He's in Bloodborne. There's like 10 of them.
Yeah. You know what I'm trying to say. All I'm saying is I don't really see him doing much to Sun Jin-Woo, and in return, I think Sun Jin-Woo could just have one of his shadows attack Superman and win against him. I mean, Beru alone could solo Superman, and it could happen probably faster than Superman can react, unfortunately.
Bro, Jin-Woo could just manipulate reality and turn him into a human.
Yeah, that would be pretty funny, actually. I'm sure Superman has some form of reality manipulation negation. I could look that up real quick.
I'm sure some of his stronger variants do. Like if we were talking about like Prime 1 Million or Cosmic Superman, I'm sure that'd be a different story. But I'm honestly not too familiar with like higher tier Superman scaling.
Yeah, I'm not too sure either. I can't tell if he can.
So, like, durability negating poison alone is like, well, if he's poisoned by kryptonite and it negates durability, like that would be a wipe. Jin-Woo's also immortal, so I don't know exactly what Superman could do to like kill him or even beat him, to be fair. Like he has an infinite army of shadows that, while not all of them are multiversal, he has a lot of high tier shadows. These aren't one, it doesn't have to be a 1v1 either. Like Superman could just get gang raped by fucking 10,000 multiversal beings.
Yeah, no, for sure. I totally agree. This video is just kind of to break down how strong we think Sun Jin-Woo is. So when we go into other versus battles, we can point back to this one. And I really think, you know, as strong as Superman is and as beloved as he is, he's not even in the same tier as Sun Jin-Woo. And same with Goku, you know, and it's nothing against them. These people are the strongest fighters of their verses 90% of the time, or 99% of the time, you know. It's just when you mix them against this universe, it doesn't match, you know. There's not a lot of animes that get this strong. I can't really think of any off the top of my head.
I'm pretty sure Solo Leveling is like one of the only animes out currently that is like topping Dragon Ball.
Yeah, I could honestly see Sun Jin-Woo beating Kratos, possibly. Now, Kratos is obviously up there with his statements too, but I don't know. It's disgusting to think about how strong Sun Jin-Woo really is.
Yeah, I mean, even if you get into like tiering of concepts, like Antares, the Monarch of Destruction, Like he has what's something called the authority of destruction, which is like concept manipulation. He can destroy anything that's created by a god or Iterum. And Jin-Woo's law manipulation, concept manipulation, outright is stronger than his. Like if Antares tried to change something, Jin-Woo can literally just overpower it. Like either cancel it or make it worse for Antares. Like it's absolutely wild the shit that they let this dude do.
Yeah, so he has like reality manipulation over reality manipulation negation and vice versa as well, which is disgusting. So Sun Jin Woo pretty much he solos DC. I would say. I mean, there's maybe a couple DC characters that might be able to do something, but he could probably break through the wall I was talking about earlier, the source wall. He could probably break right through that, no issue. So that just goes to show you, you know, Sun Jin Woo, he's just higher than all these other guys when it comes to strength. Speed, I don't really know too much about his speed, but, you know, to be dealing with these amount of attacks that are similar to the Big Bang, you know, you got to be faster than immeasurable speed, I would imagine. What would you say?
I mean, there are certain Supermans that obviously would be able to do something like Prime 1 million. I'm pretty sure is like near omnipotent. I'm pretty sure he has like control over like life and death and shit like that. I think Cosmic Armor Superman is outright like stronger than Fiction.
Couldn't Sun Jin Woo erase the concept of life and death, so then that Superman is in control of nothing?
Damn, bro's in the kitchen.
I'm just saying. I mean, he can erase concepts, so.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, I'm just like reading like generalizations of some of the stronger Superman. I'm not seeing a whole lot. Like some of them have reality warping, but I'm pretty sure that's different than concept manipulation.
Yeah, reality warping, I think, is a little different, but I'm not. That's something that you'd have to ask, like, Seth the programmer, I think. I'm not that guy.
You're not that guy.
I don't know. Cosmic Armor can adapt instantly to any foe and defeat multiversal beings, such as Dark Monitor.
Okay, but that makes sense, I guess. I don't know. It's such a hard thing to quantify. I'm just trying to imagine, like, if you erase a concept, does that erase it on a multiversal level or just in that universe, you know?
Well, I'm pretty sure Jinwoo is considered like a fourth to fifth dimensional being.
He has to be destroying in multiple universes, considering the beings are fighting are existing in different universes.
I have to do more research on that. God damn.
Well, I think, you know, no matter how you look at it, main continuity, Prime Sun Jin Woo just destroys Superman, and that's just kind of how it goes. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Is there anything else you wanted to say before we wrap it up, Kyle?
Fuck money, get bitches.
Fuck money, get bitches. It's 2026, guys. New year, new me. Same old habits, actually. So, we're just going to go ahead and end the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Again, click like. Definitely subscribe. We're in that new grind set this year. We're going to be begging for likes. We're going to be begging for subscribers. Make sure you show your mom this video. I already showed it to her when I was at her house yesterday, but just show it to her anyway. And click like a second time. Go on to your alternate YouTube channel. Watch the whole video again and then click like on it. And have a good one.